All right, Jags fans are looking ahead to next season because it didn't go so well. But before we get there, there's one final showdown, and that's between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
And since we don't have a dog in the fight, we can focus on the food. And I got a little insight on how artificial intelligence is helping make sure we have enough pizza, wings, and beer at our watch parties.
Or veggies.
You know, the big game is also the second largest day for food consumption in America, you know, after Thanksgiving. About 180 million consumers will be tuning in to watch the game, and they eat a lot of food and drink a lot of beer. To give you a sense of the scale of the surge, about 1.4 billion chicken wings will be consumed. One of our customers, Domino's, is estimating about 12 million slices of their pizza will get consumed that day. That weekend, about 14 billion hamburgers get consumed. And all of this goes with about 52 million cases of beer. So all of this leads to a lot of surge in the demand for all of these items. And manufacturers and retailers and restaurant chains have to do a lot of preparation leading up to game day for all this to come together on time to fulfill that consumer's demand.
Can you give us an example of how AI is being used to get these major brands where they need to go?
Absolutely. You know, these companies are using data, they're using advanced algorithms and AI techniques to make sure that they can make more accurate predictions on what will be the demand so they can make the right amount of inventory available. And they're doing that with using historical data. They're doing that with studying the consumer behaviors, because consumers' behaviors are changing very dramatically. And they're also using AI to make sure that all the sourcing and production and distribution happens when it's supposed to happen, with all of this coming together at the right time. And so AI is really enabling thousands of decisions across the supply chain leading up to game day.
All right, so why is it so important for them not only to predict, you know, the right snacks, but the right quantities?
Yeah, the stakes are really high, because if you're not going to have enough inventory, then you're going to have lost sales, and also you're going to have a lot of unsatisfied consumers and unhappy consumers. On the other hand, if you overstock, you know, you're dealing with a lot of perishable items, so there's a lot of waste. To give you a sense, just in North America, just in the US actually, we have about $160 billion of food waste in a year. And that's leading to a lot of, you know, slices of pizza and hamburgers and other things getting wasted. So getting it right is really important, but getting the right amount and the balance right is also very important.
All right, now when it comes to tracking trends using AI, would you say that using past years is a good predictor?
I think it's one of the inputs, but it's not sufficient in itself. Together with historical data, you've got to look at, you know, the forward-looking leading indicators. In the ultimate source of demand is the consumer, and the consumer's preferences are changing. To give you a sense, 10 years ago, very few people were consuming avocados in the U.S. Now, just on game day, we are projecting about 139 million pounds of avocados will be consumed. And that's because consumers' preferences are moving towards fresh items as opposed to just frozen goods. You know, there's demographic changes that is also impacting these changing behaviors. So you've got to overlay historical data with these consumer insights that are changing going forward, and AI is really being able to bring both of these sides together to help companies make better decisions.
That's absolutely fascinating. Can you actually tell our viewers where they can go for even more information?
Sure. Feel free to visit us on llamasoft.com, and there you'll find a lot more information and a lot more case studies on how companies are using AI to unlock these decisions in a more optimal way.
Thank you so much. And of course, you can always find this information on our website, firstcoastliving.net.